So this past weekend was the infamous China Toy Fair 2020, or as I like to call it, the world's largest collection of companies showing off their bootlegs openly, unapologetically, and it's absolutely crazy what's going on there. Now, we had SIRtoys, the legendary SIRtoys. They were on the ground floor of this 3-day event that happened between August 6th and August 8th, 2020 in Shenzhen, China. It was 8 humongous big halls, and you're probably asking, how did they manage to pull off this huge convention in the middle of the Big V? Well, apparently, how China works is you scan a QR code that tells you your current health situation, and then they let you in if you clear. And that is that. Now, there is a lot of stuff here. So what I'm going to do is I'm pretty much just going to go over some of the cool things that I saw, and then I'm going to direct you to a photo gallery of everything there, because there's just so much to take in that SIRtoys took. And it was just amazing. It was just absolutely amazing. I love really wacky, weird Transformer bootlegs. I'm not big on the one-for-ones. I'm not big on the doing stuff that Hasbro will do one day later, but I love it when you just take, like, I don't know, a rice bowl and turn that into a Transformer. I like it when you take some pre-existing mold, blow it up 400%, turn it purple, and then give it like a Angry Birds head on it or an Ultraman head. I love that kind of stuff. Stuff that's just would never happen. And we could only get it through the craziness that is Chinese bootlegs. So from what I was told, some of the major players in the Chinese bootleg community were not present for obvious reasons, like Wei Jiang and a few others, because, well, they're not taking chances. They got busted recently and they weren't present, but man, was pretty much everyone else there. And when you're going to go through these photos, when I'm going to link the gallery, I'll link it in the comments below, you're going to be like, man, there's a ton of Transformer bootlegs. Keep in mind, there wasn't just Transformer bootlegs. There was Marvel, there was Star Wars, there was every possible franchise being bootlegged till tomorrow, and this was an 8-hall humongous convention dedicated to that, almost like a trade show showing off what's going to be hot in the bootleg scene in your local Chinatown in the future. So just some stuff I want to go across. We'll just go through some stuff. There was a lot of like wacky Bumblebee movie bootlegs, because that was kind of the hotness from a year and a half ago. So there's plenty of that you're going to see. Some of the stuff that really caught my attention, that interested me, number one, there was a lot of like bootlegs of mini-cons and different kind of previous existing Transformer molds that were turned into Ultraman characters, meaning they would just change the head of the Autobot or Decepticon and make it look like an Ultraman character. There was this like crazy blue Combiner Wars Cyclonus that caught my eye. There was this like lime green race car that for some reason had Armada Red Alert's head on it. There was a whole bunch of bootleg combiners. There was the Combiner Wars bootleg combiners. They took the War for Cybertron game Bruticus one and they gave that wacky colors. There was this bootleg Titan scale Predaking that was shrunk down, and then they took the individual robots, gave them individual clear molding, and gave it like Sentai Power Ranger colors. Like, I can't just even justify it with my words. You just got to see it. One of the big names of the game that weekend was Alphabet Transformers. And like just anything that was like the letters of the alphabet or numbers that transform into individual robots. And this is something that has existed in the past in the bootleg community as far back as like the mid 90s. Like, this has always been around. And they really doubled down this year. I don't know what it is, but there's just some demand for alphabet and number Transformers. And the one that really caught my eye was one company is going to be doing the letters and numbers of the alphabet and everything. And every like set of 4 letters combine into one of the iconic combiners from Transformers. So there's obviously like a member missing or something. But so you had like Devastator, you had Predaking, you had Bruticus, and oddly enough, like A, B, C, D is for Devastator, so that was like it. And I think the Predaking one was also like a couple of letters, and then P for Predaking. So there's almost something clever going on there too, in a lot of ways, with these combiners. They had what was another one that really caught my eye? Oh, there was this giant wall of Activators, Starscreams, and Megatrons from Animated, and it's nothing too special, but that red, just a red Activator Megatron, there was just something about it that looked so cool to me, as opposed to what we're used to with like the gray or even the black repaint. Just like a hot red, like a burning Megatron animated Activator. There was just a wall of them, and I was just like, wow, okay. Another thing too that also was kind of like the big push was Rescue Bots bootlegs. Like, my goodness, there was a ton of Rescue Bots and Rescue Bot Academy bootlegs there. Like, I guess that's going to be the next big push over there in the bootleg scene. And one of them that really caught my eye was they took Rescue Bots Optimus Prime and they gave him Ultra Magnus colors. So ain't that cool if you're a collector of that kind of stuff. Two really interesting engineering things, and it really just shows how deep the bootleg knockoff Hong Kong engineering pool goes. They took the Jurassic Park Lego molds, like the molds for the Jurassic Park Lego dinosaurs, and somehow engineered that they could be the dinosaurs in their dino mode, looking exactly like the Lego pieces, the minifigs, I guess we'll call it, and then they transform into robots still. And then they did the same thing. There was a line of Jurassic Park figures, which some of them are still kicking around to this day if you still have Jurassic Park toys in your stores. They were called the Snap Squad, which all they were these little like SD dinosaurs from Jurassic Park, and they had a little mouth that just opened and closed and snapped. They somehow managed to take those molds and engineer transforming robots into them. And I was like, my mind was blown with that one. And I'm like, I gotta get these somehow. They somehow managed to bootleg pre-existing toys and then somehow add a transforming element into them that it becomes then a transforming product. It's like taking, I don't know, like a Star Wars Black Series Luke Skywalker and then in that mold adding a transformation element to it so that it still looks like the standalone figure and then turns into a helicopter. So I don't know. It was absolute madness. I didn't even like, there was just so much craziness. There was like bootleg tiny turbo changers, except they're not like blind packed like they are over here. They're all on individual card backs done in wacky colors. I can't wait to like look at that more because I collect tiny turbo changers. So I know there's going to be some kind of repaint that's going to call out to me and I'm going to really want it. Oh man, like I'm just like going through all the images here. There was another one too, going back to the alphabet ones. Like there was one that was like, it was all the letters of the alphabet, but each letter turned into an animal of that letter. And what I found fascinating was I was like, okay, what's gotta be X? Like what's an animal that's X? And when I saw what it was like some kind of blue hedgehog. So maybe I'm missing something here. But yeah, there's just so much. There's just so much. The irony in all of this especially, was there was a booth promoting Neza Transformers, which is the official Hasbro partnership with China for an exclusive Transformer series. So there was actually a booth for Neza Transformer stuff and products there. So the irony in that, it's like, wow, in the middle of all this stolen IPs and properties, there's like the one official thing that China's working on with Hasbro. And speaking of Hasbro bootleg properties that are not quite, there was a gigantic, like, put together booth of a TV show and toy line called Philly Funtasia, which when I looked at it, I was like, what is this? This looks like a bootleg of My Little Pony. And then I looked deeper into it. It's exactly that. It's a Hong Kong, China-produced CG and toy line, pretty much one for one. Let's bootleg My Little Pony and make our own version. It's madness. It's madness, this whole convention. It's absolutely crazy. And so, and again, simple name, China Toy Fair. That's all it is. But it's supposedly a lot more than what it seems. It's literally bootleg central and what you're going to be seeing on all the bootleg websites to be purchasing in the future. It's nuts. I'm going to link his photo gallery of his amazing trip there. Once again, thank you, SIRtoys, Paul, for showing us all this nutty stuff, especially during a very unhealthy and dangerous time in the world right now. So I appreciate you trekking out there and doing that so we could see all the crazy bootlegs. Once again, if you're interested in some of his stuff, he does kind of run a crazy bootleg website, so he could kind of hook you up with anything that you're interested in purchasing. If you do want to get a wacky, blue-colored, Cyclonus or something like that. He doesn't really deal in the one-for-one bootlegs. He deals in the wacky, cheap quality Chinatown bootlegs. And those are the best ones, in my opinion. That's what I collect. So this is great stuff. Check it out. I'll post it in the comments below. And then just have your mind blown with the weird stuff. I am not even skimming the surface. There's over 100 images here. There's got to be something that's going to catch your eye. They're going to make you go, oh man, what is this? So check it out, and I hope you enjoy.